Within minutes, the fire had grown from a quarter acre to 300 acres on the first afternoon.
A new documentary by Life on the Range showcases how the moose fire burned so quickly and out of control in the Salmon-Challis National Forest last summer.
You know, Mother Nature was angry the first 2 days, and it kicked our butt. And it didn't matter what we did or what we threw at it, we still couldn't catch this. And we gave it everything we had to try and stop this thing from getting as big as it did.
Their efforts came at a cost as 5 firefighters lost their lives. There were 163 instances where firefighters had to deploy emergency shelters to protect themselves from the blaze. And on day 4, a helicopter crashed into the Salmon River, killing both pilots.
But we had to pick a place to take a stand. And Diamond Creek was where we took that stand. By doing that, that bought us time. That bought us weeks of time.
But that's where ranchers Jay and Cheyenne Smith's cattle were grazing. And for most of the 4.5 months the fire burned, they had to sit on the sidelines hoping their cattle would survive.
It's horrible watching just your life go up in smoke. It was frightening and it was stressful, but you feel helpless.
The Smiths gathered their cattle when they could, but it wasn't until early October that they were able to round up the rest of the herd, and they were all accounted for.
As you can see by looking at the background behind us, there was not such thing as a road or a trail that didn't have a downed tree or 400 across it. And so it took a lot of work to even get to where we could look for cattle.
They were overjoyed to see their family cabin had survived the blaze.
It made you feel really hopeful.
Snow in late October finally snuffed out the fire, but it burned 130,000 acres, cost lives, and $100 million in fire suppression. Steve Stubner produced the documentary on the moose fire that started because someone didn't put out their campfire.
So needless, it's just sick. You have a careless camper leaving a campfire unattended and like they drove away. 80% of our wildfires are caused by humans. We've got to do better. It just isn't that big of a deal to put a campfire out.
Steve Dent, Idaho News 6.